When they disrespect you, do these 5 things immediately. Works every time. Someone disrespected you in front of others or privately. They crossed the line, violated your boundaries, or treated you as less than you deserve. And your response in this moment determines everything. Respond wrong, you invite more disrespect. Respond right, you establish boundaries and command respect. These 5 things work every single time. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do the moment someone disrespects you. Strategies that protect your dignity while teaching them never to do it again. Action 1. Address it immediately and directly. The first thing you must do when someone disrespects you, address it immediately and directly. Don't let it slide. Don't pretend it didn't happen. Don't wait to bring it up later. The moment someone crosses a line, you name it clearly and calmly. This works because immediate response prevents pattern establishment. When you let the first instance pass, you teach them that disrespecting you has no consequences. Name the behavior clearly. Don't hint or be vague. State exactly what they did that was disrespectful. What you just said was disrespectful, or that comment crossed the line. Be specific so there's no confusion about what's unacceptable. Clarity prevents gaslighting. They can't claim you misunderstood if you've named it specifically. Vague objections are dismissed. Specific naming of behavior is harder to deny. Use calm, controlled tone. Don't yell, don't match their energy, don't get emotional. Steady voice, direct eye contact, composed demeanor. Your calm makes the boundary more powerful, not less. They insult you, you calmly say, "That was disrespectful and not acceptable." Emotional reactions give them ammunition. Calm responses command respect. Address it in the moment, not later. Don't wait hours or days. Address it when it happens. Immediate response shows the behavior cross the line in real time. Delayed response allows them to minimize or forget the incident. The longer you wait, the easier it is for them to claim you're overreacting. You're not starting a fight, you're establishing a boundary. Don't apologize for setting boundary. No, "I'm sorry, but," or softening the boundary. You don't apologize for demanding respect. State the boundary without hedging or making yourself small. Apologizing while setting boundaries undermines the boundary. Confident boundary setting invites respect. Apologetic boundary setting invites dismissal. Why this works? Immediate response prevents behavior normalization. Directness leaves no room for misunderstanding or gaslighting. Calm delivery shows strength and control, not emotionality. Sets precedent that disrespect will be addressed, not tolerated. Teaches them in real time what's acceptable and what's not. During a team meeting, Mark made a condescending comment to Sarah in front of everyone. "That's a cute idea, Sarah, but let's hear from someone who actually understands the business." The room went silent. Sarah had 2 options: let it slide or address it immediately. Sarah chose immediate response. She looked directly at Mark, calm and composed. "Mark, that comment was disrespectful and unprofessional. I expect you to communicate without condescension." The room stayed silent. Mark stammered, Sarah interrupted calmly, "I've made my expectation clear." Then Sarah continued with her idea. Mark never spoke to Sarah that way again. Sarah's immediate direct response had established a boundary. Her calm delivery showed strength, not emotionality, and her refusal to let it slide taught Mark that disrespecting Sarah had immediate consequences. If Sarah had waited until after the meeting or said nothing, Mark would have learned that disrespecting her was acceptable. So address disrespect the moment it happens. Don't wait, don't let it accumulate. Name the specific behavior. That comment was disrespectful, or what you just did crossed the line. Stay calm and composed. Your control makes the boundary more powerful. Don't apologize for setting boundaries. You have the right to demand respect. Action 2. Create immediate distance, physical or emotional. The second immediate action when someone disrespects you, create distance. Either physically leave the situation or emotionally withdraw your energy and engagement. This works because disrespect often seeks a reaction. They want to see you upset, defensive, or engaged in conflict. When you instead remove yourself or your emotional investment, you deny them what they wanted while demonstrating that access to you is a privilege they've lost through disrespect. Physically remove yourself if possible. Walk away from the conversation or situation. I'm not continuing this conversation, and leave. Your physical absence communicates the seriousness of their disrespect. Sometimes the most powerful response is removing your presence. You don't owe anyone your presence, especially when they're disrespecting you. Emotionally withdraw if you can't physically leave. Stop engaging emotionally. Give minimal responses, no more warmth, no more effort, no more emotional investment. Continue necessary interactions, but with complete emotional detachment. Partner disrespects you, you become polite but distant until boundary is respected. Emotional withdrawal shows them what they lose when they disrespect you. Don't explain or justify your distance. You don't owe explanation for protecting yourself. I need space or I'm done with this conversation is sufficient. Over-explaining dilutes the power of your boundary. Your distance is consequence, not punishment requiring explanation. Distance isn't silent treatment, it's boundary enforcement. Maintain distance until genuine change. Don't rush back to normalcy. Distance continues until they acknowledge and change behavior. Premature return to normal teaches them disrespect has no real consequences. If you return too quickly, they learn they can disrespect you and you'll forgive immediately. Sustained distance until genuine change shows you're serious about boundaries. During an argument, Jake said something deeply disrespectful to his girlfriend Emma. "You're being crazy. This is why nobody can stand being around you." Emma felt the hurt immediately. Her first instinct was to defend herself, to argue, to make him understand why what he said was cruel. Instead, Emma did something different. Emma said calmly, "What you just said was completely unacceptable. I'm leaving." Emma grabbed her keys and left Jake's apartment. Jake tried calling and texting, "Come back, we need to talk about this." Emma didn't respond. Emma didn't engage for 3 days. No calls, no text, nothing. On day 4, Jake showed up at Emma's door with genuine apology. "What I said was cruel and disrespectful. I was wrong. I'm sorry." Emma listened, then said, "I need you to understand that when you disrespect me like that, I will remove myself from the situation every single time. That's my boundary." Jake never spoke to Emma that way again. Emma's immediate physical distance had taught Jake that disrespecting her meant losing access to her entirely. So leave the situation physically if possible. Walk away, end the conversation, create space. Withdraw emotionally if you can't leave. Minimal engagement, no emotional investment. Don't explain repeatedly. Your distance is the consequence. They know what they did. Maintain distance until genuine change. Don't rush back to normal.
Action 3. State your boundary and consequence clearly and firmly. The third immediate action when disrespected. State your boundary and the consequence for violating it clearly and firmly. Don't just say what bothered you. Tell them exactly what will happen if it happens again. This works because clear consequences create accountability. They know exactly what they'll lose if they continue the disrespectful behavior. Boundaries without consequences are suggestions. Boundaries with clear consequences are rules that people take seriously. Articulate the specific boundary. I will not tolerate specific behavior. Make the boundary clear and concrete. No vague statements. Precise definition of what's unacceptable. Specificity prevents later claims that they didn't know the boundary. Clear boundaries can be enforced. Vague boundaries can be ignored. State the consequence for violation. If you do this again, specific consequence. The consequence should be something you're willing and able to enforce. Make it proportionate to the disrespect. If you speak to me that way again, this conversation is over. Or, if this happens again, I'm reconsidering this relationship. Consequences without enforcement are empty threats. Only state what you'll actually do. Use I statements for ownership. I will not accept, or I will end this conversation if. Frame boundary as your decision, not their obligation. This prevents defensiveness while maintaining your power. I statements focus on your action, not their character. You need to stop versus I will not tolerate. One is demand, one is boundary. Follow through every single time. If they violate boundary again, enforce consequence immediately. No second chances, no warnings. You stated the boundary clearly. Inconsistent enforcement teaches them boundaries are negotiable. The first time you don't enforce consequence, they learn boundaries don't matter. Consistent enforcement trains people to respect your boundaries. Why this works? Clear consequences create accountability and choice for the other person. They can't claim they didn't know what would happen. Gives them an opportunity to change behavior before the relationship changes. Your consistency in enforcement teaches them you're serious. Positions you as the person who respects themselves enough to enforce boundaries. Rachel's mother had a pattern of making critical comments about Rachel's parenting in front of Rachel's children. Well, I never let you have that much sugar when you were little, but you do things differently. These comments undermined Rachel's authority and hurt. Rachel finally decided to set a clear boundary. During a private conversation, Rachel said to Mom, I need to be clear about something. When you make critical comments about my parenting in front of my children, it's disrespectful and undermines me. I will not tolerate it anymore. If it happens again, I will end the visit immediately and we won't see you again for at least a month. Rachel's mother protested, I'm just trying to help. Rachel stayed firm. I've stated my boundary and consequence clearly. This is non-negotiable. 2 weeks later, at a family dinner, Rachel's mother started, when Rachel was little, Rachel immediately stood up. Kids, get your things, we're leaving. Rachel's mother was shocked. Rachel said calmly, I told you the consequence. We'll see you in a month. Rachel and her children left. Rachel didn't speak to her mother for a month. When they reconnected, Rachel's mother never made those comments again. So state boundary in clear, specific terms. No vague language, exact behavior that's unacceptable. State the consequence you're willing to enforce. Don't threaten what you won't do. Use I statements. I will, not you must. Enforce consequence immediately if violated. No second chances after clear warning. If this video gave you the strategies to handle disrespect with dignity and power, hit that subscribe button for more content that helps you protect your peace and command respect. Now let's talk about the next action. Action 4. Stop explaining or defending yourself. The fourth immediate action when disrespected, stop explaining or defending yourself. Don't engage in lengthy justifications for why you deserve respect. This works because over-explaining communicates that you need their approval or understanding, which undermines your authority and self-respect. People who respect you don't require dissertations on why they should treat you well. Your boundary is not up for debate. Don't jade. Justify, argue, defend, explain. Stop justifying why you deserve respect. Don't argue about whether their behavior was actually disrespectful. Don't defend your right to set boundaries. Don't explain at length why your boundary is reasonable. The more you explain, the more you communicate that your boundary is negotiable. People who respect you accept your boundaries. People who don't will argue no matter how much you explain. Setting a boundary versus defending your right to set boundaries. One is powerful, one is weak. Silence is a powerful response. After setting a boundary, silence can be more powerful than continued talking. Let them sit with your boundary without filling the space with explanation. Your silence communicates confidence in your position. The person who talks less in a boundary-setting conversation usually has more power. Explaining weakens boundaries. Silence strengthens them. Why this works? Over-explaining signals insecurity about your right to boundaries. Brevity communicates confidence and non-negotiability. Refusing to debate your worth protects your energy and dignity. Shows them your boundaries aren't suggestions open for discussion. Positions you as person who knows their worth without needing to justify it. During a work meeting, David's colleague Tom made a dismissive comment. "That's the dumbest idea I've heard all week." David felt disrespected. Old David would have spent 10 minutes explaining why the idea wasn't dumb, why Tom's comment was inappropriate, and why David deserved to be treated with respect. But David had learned better. Instead, David said calmly, "That comment was disrespectful. I expect professional communication." Tom scoffed. "Oh, come on, I was just being honest. You're being too sensitive." Old David would have argued about whether he was too sensitive, would have defended his right to not be insulted. New David simply said, "I've made myself clear." And David returned to his notes. Tom tried again. "I mean, you can't expect me to—" David looked up. "I'm not discussing this further." And David returned to his notes. Tom, getting no engagement, stopped. The meeting continued. Later, Tom approached David. "Hey, sorry about earlier." David's refusal to explain or defend himself had communicated strength. So state boundary once clearly, then stop explaining. Don't jade. No justifying, arguing, defending, or explaining. Use brief responses to push back. "I've made myself clear," or "This isn't up for debate." Let silence work for you. After setting a boundary, stop talking. Refuse to defend your worth. You don't owe anyone a dissertation on why you deserve respect.
Action 5. Reevaluate the relationship and be genuinely willing to end it if disrespect continues. The fifth and most important action when someone disrespects you. Reevaluate the entire relationship and be genuinely willing to end it if disrespect continues. This works because your willingness to walk away is the ultimate boundary. It shows you value yourself more than any relationship. When people know you'll actually leave, they take your boundaries seriously. When they know you won't leave no matter how they treat you, they have no incentive to change. Ask critical questions about the relationship. Is this disrespect a pattern or isolated incident? Does this person respect my boundaries generally? Is this relationship adding value to my life or causing harm? Would I accept this treatment from anyone else, or am I making excuses because of who they are? Honest evaluation of relationship prevents you from staying in situations that don't serve you. Patterns of disrespect rarely improve without serious consequences. Be genuinely willing to walk away, not as a threat, as genuine assessment of relationship viability. If they can't respect you, you're prepared to end the relationship. This isn't manipulation, it's self-respect. If this relationship requires me to accept disrespect, I don't want it. Your willingness to leave is what makes all other boundaries effective. Communicate that relationship is conditional on respect. Make it clear, continued relationship requires change to behavior. I value our relationship, but not more than I value my self-respect. Give them clear choice. Respect boundaries or lose relationship. People change when they realize change is required to keep you. This isn't ultimatum, it's a natural consequence of disrespect. Actually follow through if disrespect continues. If they continue disrespecting you after clear boundaries, leave. Don't make empty threats. Actually end or significantly reduce relationship. Your actions teach them whether your boundaries are real. The moment you stay despite continued disrespect, you've taught them boundaries don't matter. People who truly change do so quickly when they realize they'll lose you. People who don't change won't change. Why this works? Willingness to walk away is the ultimate source of power in any relationship. People respect boundaries when they know violating them has real consequences. Shows you value yourself more than any relationship, which commands respect. Gives them real motivation to change. They might lose you. Protects you from staying in relationships that damage your self-respect and well-being. For 2 years, Nicole tolerated her friend Ashley's pattern of subtle disrespect, backhanded compliments, dismissive comments about Nicole's career, flaking on plans repeatedly. Nicole would address it, Ashley would apologize, then do it again a month later. Finally, after Ashley made a particularly cruel comment about Nicole's appearance in front of a group, Nicole decided to reevaluate. Nicole asked herself, does this friendship add value to my life, or does it consistently make me feel bad about myself? The answer was clear. Nicole sent Ashley a message. I need to be honest. You've repeatedly disrespected me despite my boundaries. I don't think this friendship is healthy for me anymore. I'm going to step back. Ashley called immediately. What? Over one comment? You're overreacting. Nicole stayed firm. It's not one comment. It's a pattern. I've decided this friendship isn't serving me anymore. Ashley tried to argue, but Nicole said, I've made my decision. Nicole ended the friendship. 6 months later, Ashley reached out with genuine apology and acknowledgement of her behavior. Nicole appreciated the apology, but maintained the boundary. Nicole had learned some relationships aren't worth keeping. So, honestly evaluate if relationship is worth keeping. Don't stay in harmful situations out of fear or obligation. Be willing to end relationship if disrespect continues. This willingness is your power. Communicate clearly that relationship continuation requires respect. Give them the choice. Actually leave if they choose continued disrespect. Follow through on your boundary. If you're feeling like you've been tolerating too much disrespect in your relationships, watch our video on 5 signs you're being taken for granted and how to stop it. Understanding the warning signs helps you catch the pattern early. Links in the description. Someone disrespected you. You addressed it immediately. You created distance. You stated your boundary with clear consequences. You stopped explaining or defending yourself. And you reevaluated whether the relationship is worth keeping. These 5 actions work every single time, not because they're manipulation, but because they're self-respect in action. When you do these things, you teach people exactly how to treat you, and you protect your dignity and peace in the process. Stop tolerating disrespect because you're afraid of conflict, afraid of losing people, or afraid of being seen as difficult. The people who matter will respect your boundaries. The people who won't respect your boundaries don't matter. You have the right to be treated with respect. You have the right to set boundaries. And you have the right to enforce consequences when those boundaries are violated. Don't apologize for demanding what you deserve. Don't explain yourself to death. And don't stay in relationships where disrespect is the norm. These 5 actions aren't about being difficult. They're about being self-respecting. Use them every single time. If this video gave you the strategies to handle disrespect with dignity and power, subscribe for more content that helps you protect your peace and command respect. Drop a comment about a time you set a boundary with someone who disrespected you, or share which of these 5 actions you need to implement. Your experience could help someone else. Disrespect is a test. The person disrespecting you is testing whether you'll accept mistreatment. Your response determines whether they continue or stop. Address it immediately. Create distance. State consequences clearly. Stop explaining or defending yourself. And be willing to walk away. Do these 5 things every time someone disrespects you, and you'll find that disrespect becomes rare in your life. Not because people magically become better, but because you teach them through your actions that disrespecting you has real consequences. You deserve respect. Demand it, protect it, and enforce it. That's how you train the world to treat you well.